I give excellent guidance, truly excellent guidance on how to rise up.
And really, this should be the only message, because I cannot identify one Black man who is saying anything worth hearing. And that includes any of these hotep dirtbag phonies that you can name. Half of them, they want to build something, but they never finish building it. The other half of them want to tell you how your ancestors are the Egyptians. You have a great history.
No, my dear boy.
Yeah, but what about today? What are you teaching people to do presently other than complain? Huh? And then the political leaders who appear to be Black, like Barack Obama, focused all his energy on helping the Skittle people, but did nothing for those who got him elected. I'm the only Black leader that exists today, period. If you could name one that's done anything, let me know.
Let's get to the topic at hand. Why don't we? We can talk about it, don't ya know? A little bit of distraction from the relevant things. And any person, be them white, Black, blue, brown, should be thankful to hear my insights, and they'd be wise to utilize my insights. And frankly, especially those insights that I share for Black people, as I am in fact a Black man, they're tried and true. You see, I come from the bottom, and having grown up in a ghetto, I was poorer than everyone else that was there. So if what I'm telling you worked for me, it really might work for you. So it's not about critiquing, it's about pointing out where there is error so that there may be correction.
So I got a number of videos that are queued up. We're going to watch it together. I'm going to give you my real-time feedback.
If I spoke for more than 30 seconds on this live, you should have heard something that applied to you. If you are a human being who wants to move this way in life, meaning up.
So understand that none of it is scripted. None of it is previewed. I'm going to watch this with you. We're going to look at the root of the issue, and we're going to see who's really right and who's really wrong bit by bit. And what I can promise you is that even when you look at a supervillain, they're not all evil. When you look at a superhero, they're not all good. So let us take a dynamic view of this and come to an understanding, because I can assure you there is much for all of us to learn in this situation. And that is why I'm picking this up.
And mind you, if anyone has any contradiction, do come on. I'm happy to have a conversation. I'm willing to teach. But what I want you all to understand is that,
have I ever disrespected you? Never, not one time. Have I given to you, given you knowledge, given you game, given you entertainment? What have you given to me? You never gave me anything. Check this out. I want you guys to think about this as a man. Think about this. He never used the information below to support via Venmo, never to support via PayPal, never to send in a super chat. Not one time over 5 years of getting great information, entertainment, inspiration, never supported one time. But he's been taking a lot from me. The one time I see him write something, it's some hater stuff. That doesn't tell you everything you need to know about somebody. Come on now, that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about someone. They take and take and take, never say thank you, be it through word or through deed. And the one time they make themselves known, it's for something negative. Come on now. Marquette's done everything. Marquette's lived the life of 10 men.
Are you not entertained? Is the tough talk and the confidence and bravado, is that not a part of the game? Are you not entertained? You should be. Because it is in fact entertainment. So why all of a sudden, when you have a confident Black man who has merit, has demonstrated merit on a consistent basis,
I see why you would be jealous of somebody who grew up in the mud, boy, in the dirt, boy, and then made it. All based on my own efforts, no handouts and no favors. No handouts, no favors. My book, The Black Box. The reason I wrote this book is because I was asked to write it. I was asked to write this book.
This is, in fact, evergreen content that you can come back to years later and you'll still find it to be useful. And with regards to our time here on Earth, we're trying to make a good go at it. But the reason you can come back to my book, The Black Box, which is usually sitting next to me, or you can come back to a lecture like this one, is because as a human being, you're going to try to get to the top of the mountain. Sometimes you'll make it to the top of the mountain, and maybe sometimes you'll slip down, sometimes you'll stumble down, sometimes someone will push you off, sometimes you'll knock yourself off. But unfortunately, it really almost never happens that you stand firm on that mountain, because sometimes you'll become complacent or comfortable, or something in you will lead you off of it. It'll take, you might take your eye off the ball for just a moment. So the fact is that you have to constantly keep refreshing, which is to say that your muscles don't stay large after you work out one time or even for 1 year or even 1 decade. You have to continuously work at it. And that is our unfortunate existence on this planet Earth. And the more you can acknowledge that and act accordingly, the easier it will be for you to find success.
And the reason I wrote it is because it's a damn guide to success when you come out of nothing. It's not like Donald Trump, you start with $1 million. It's not like, who's that one guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, where your parents hand you off a business that's already profitable. It's not like that. It's not like Tony Robbins when you're like 6'7" and you have this huge presence and people got to yield because you have enormous stature, huge natural advantage. It's like none of that. It's like you were born a crack baby into poverty, and your mother wasn't there, so your grandmother was there, but your grandmother had dementia, and your father wasn't there because your father was in the pen doing 10 because he was selling cocaine. And you lived in a violent ghetto, and you went to inferior schools, and you were constantly getting evicted and catching fades and selling dope, and then you still made it. You're a hell of a nigga. Huh? You're a hell of a nigga. Yeah. And people be like, why are you using the N-word? Because I'm a nigga from LA, and that'll never change. With this fine watch, mdblabel.com, it'll never change. Platinum on platinum. You heard me? I didn't two-tone the custom suit, you dig? Yeah, I'll still be the same thing. Huh? I don't step away from my culture. Absolutely not. Two-tone on them. You dig? Yes, indeed. Super villain status. Huh? Yes. And shout to the people who really read it. He said, yeah, the book's great. I can testify. Book is insightful. And you know why it's so easy for the book to add value? Because it's true. It's rare that you get a true story like that, like the one I actually lived. And so that's why I'm not out here trying to be humble. I don't need to be humble. I just need to be real, which means use the truth, honesty. Get mad at me when I start lying. Get mad at me when I'm lying. Don't get mad at me for the truth. You need to fall in love with the truth, huh? Come on now. Yeah, shout out to the real ones. Said I read a chapter every day. We all need to. And review Boss University every day and the Boss University every day and the Master Communicator course every week. So anyways, can I floss a little bit more? Shout out to Enzo. Right, yeah, the book is fantastic. I appreciate you. And it's because I worked hard on it, huh? And listen, shout out to all the people around the world. I've been to a lot of the places you guys live because I lived the life of 10 men. St. Louis, Missouri. I used to have an office there. And shout out to the Saint from Missouri. I don't even know who that is, but I used to have an office on Washington Boulevard, and it was down the street from the Lumiere Casino. So, I really stomped through there, man. I've been through many places because I was hustling that hard. There was a time I had 3 apartments in 3 different American cities, and I used to have to fly and drive in between them running my corporations. There's a time I lived in South Korea. I flew in and out of that country in excess of 14 times in that year. I really been hustling, man. Come on. Don't ever deny me of my due respect. I earned mine. Huh? Yeah, that's all I'm saying is I earned mine. You dig? And I started from so damn low that most people can't get up from where I started. So no, I'm not about to come out here being humble. F all that. I'm gonna just be real if you don't mind. Oh, let me show you guys something else funny real quick. These boys be hating something serious. Oh, is that Marquette in the magazine? Marquette must be somebody. Is that Marquette in Beijing with a personal tailor who showed up to his flat to adjust his pants? Oh, Marquette must be some sort of a baller. Oh, by the way, this was before YouTube. Oh, that's Marquette giving a lecture in Erie, Pennsylvania, where he had an office. Oh, that's Marquette on Fox News. Oh, that's Marquette in a helicopter with a little blonde ting. Oh, that's Marquette. Wait. I thought Marquette does not box. What is this? Wait, this is in 2019. Hold on, I gotta make sure that's enlarged for y'all. That's in 2019. I thought Marquette doesn't do fades. No, this is a figment of my imagination from 2019. This must be AI. Interesting. Oh, that sounds like heavy. That looked like heavy metal right there, boy.
But if you've ever booked a consultation with me, you'll see the energy is just through the roof. It doesn't matter what time of day we're talking, where I am in the world. It could be 2 a.m. in Albania and I'm in Tirana. the energy is through the roof, because what I started to love a lot more than public speaking, I started to love the idea of looking at someone's life as a puzzle with all the pieces scattered, but I know everything you need to win is already right there. You don't know where to put the pieces, but the pieces are there. You're not missing anything. Everything you need, everything you want is inside of you. You are everything. The whole universe is inside of you. You just must rearrange some things. You gotta take a little bit of time and effort, and you'd do better if you had someone there that would provide you with certainty. I know you have everything that you need. I know because I've seen you win a million times. I used to be a teacher. I've seen children blossom and transform. I've run many companies. I've taken a person who was a sandwich artist at Subway and made them into a high earning business development employee. I can see talent. I've seen people bring the best out of themselves. I know it's there. So someone like me, I can give you certainty because I know you might be 20. Hell, you might be 40. And you never seen someone go from nothing to something. I know. So I'll give you certainty. And if you're on the wrong path, I'll tell you honestly, like, hey, you're messing up right now. You need to change strategies right now. You need to trade in those friends. Hey, that family member, that's the wrong person to be around. You need to move out. Or hey, you need to stay. You trying to move out. No, stay in your parents' house. You ain't got enough money to move out. I'll tell you. And the reason is, when I do a consultation with you, some people I've done consultations with over time. But when I'm doing a consultation with you, I'm not interested in ensuring the next consultation. This is why the pseudoscience of therapy is so bogus. They have you in therapy for 30 years and you're still, completely dysfunctional afterward. They're trying to ensure that you keep coming. They can't heal you, and if they could, they wouldn't. When I encounter you in a consultation, my goal is to say, how can I get you to where you want to be as quickly as possible? And how can I meet more people like you and have my name associated with their wins and their successes? That makes me happy, to make millionaires, to make people successful, to get people to the next level. So I might enjoy our consultation, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to talk to you again. Maybe when you come back and say, hey man, I implemented this and this and this and this, look where I am. Or hey man, everything fell apart, I'm broke down, fix it up again. Let's really talk when there's meaning. There have been people who do consultations. I tell them, hey, you're done. I need to see something from you. Don't come back until you got something to show me, something that's interesting for both of us. But my goal is to accelerate you. And to be honest with you, I highly doubt that anyone talks to their therapist and their therapist looks them in their eyes and say, hey, you know what? You're a BSer. You're BSing yourself and you're not being real with yourself. You're the problem. Well, but what are you talking about? Like, my mom is verbally abusive and my dad's an alcoholic. Yeah, but you're 25. Move out if they're that bad. Move out. Problem solved. They're not being real with you, huh? They're not being real. You go to your pastor, will they tell you, oh, I'm going to pray for you. Read Leviticus. It'll make you feel better. Well, is Leviticus going to come down here? Like, where's bro at? Tell Leviticus to come down here and help me out. Because I didn't read the book and it wasn't talking about me. Come on now. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with talking to someone who is expert in whatever your pursuit is, or sometimes just expert in managing life, which means managing your emotions. It means being able to reroute, and they can give you the confidence and the certainty because they can look in you and see the goods. Or B, they can give you the strategy. They can critique your strategy or your mindset. I'll tell you the dumbest thing I've ever said in my entire life. It's so embarrassing, honestly. You might hear it and think it's noble, but it's the most idiotic thing I've ever said. I've heard people say it from time to time. The most idiotic thing I've ever said in my entire life. I remember this like it was yesterday. I was in a cohort of scholars who had earned a merit-based research scholarship, and the very successful, older, wealthy investment banker had come in to see the individuals at Berkeley that he had invested in. And so this gentleman, whose name I won't say right now, he came into the room and we all got a chance to have a one-on-one conversation with this wildly successful gentleman. And the first words out of my mouth were utterly idiotic. I said, I want to save the world. And he says, okay. Well, what about if you just maybe like do one good thing that'll help a community or help someone you know. I was like, no, I got to go big. I got to save the world. And he was like, okay, well, you could, start smaller than that. Now I talk to you guys about what? Simplicity and oneness. Now, mind you, this guy was so filthy rich. He used to give microloans to women in Vietnam, mostly farmers. And he was very successful at that. And he had enough money to really do things at the scale of a country. And so I'm a broke, inexperienced youth talking to a very wealthy iBanker saying, I want to save the world. I mean, really, I probably should have been caught in the parking lot and beaten within an inch of my life for that level of stupidity. But that's what you suffer when you come up in these public schools and you come up with your parents who know little more than you do. I'll give you one last note before I get out of here. One of the greatest assets we can have is the guidance and the assurance of someone who is wise and experienced and has our best interests at heart. For me, that was very helpful. In this book, The Black Box, you'll read about some advice that I got from my good friend's mother. And she was able to give me advice that my own mother couldn't give me. For my mother has been a simple woman. She grew up in a ghetto, still likes being in a ghetto, and has never really had any grand designs. Conversely, my friend, Jewish kid, his mother always was pushing him his whole life, got him in robotics, hell, got him in ballet, had him go to the finest schools, and really, tried to create a path for him to find political office eventually. And he joined my fraternity, and his mother was like, no, don't join a fraternity. It's going to distract you from your studies. And so I actually had to call up his mother and say, hey, I'm Marquette Devon Burton. He's joined a fraternity that I'm founding, and let me tell you about what we're doing here. And she was impressed with me enough that he was able to join the fraternity, and all three of us became really good friends. He's not a friend today. He just became very liberal, and I think he hates my guts, but it get like that. And that's life. But anyways, the lady was kind enough when she saw me on my trajectory after university to say, hey, Marquette, I know you, and you're too smart to be doing something this small. You need to go bigger. And I knew that she was the right person to tell me because her husband's a very successful, wealthy lawyer. Her son is an entrepreneur, multimillionaire at a young age. And she had my best interests at heart. She didn't have any devious, diabolical plan to hurt me or derail me. So that gives you a lot of assurance to say, you know what, I got the goods. I'm going to go forward. And that's a lot of what I do for you guys. When people come to me in consultations, a lot of what I do is verify the things that they already know, or tell them to go harder, or tell them that this world has a lot and they need to go get some. And I help them trim and prune away their doubts and refine their plans. And sometimes I'll connect you with people that are helpful to you. And of course, I like to keep tabs on people and make sure that they're moving forward as much as I'm able to. And one thing that we do that I don't tell anybody, but I'll tell you guys now, is that there are a lot of people who do consultations, and they'll do recurring consultation. You go to thesassin.com, click join, and you can get a membership that'll give you a 40-minute consultation every month. But once people get to a certain number of consultations, we'll go through and we'll cancel it. I'll have my assistant, we'll go through, find those persons. Every month we cancel a number of people who have consultations, and it's not because I don't like money. I do like money. It's not because I don't like those individuals. I mostly love them, like sincerely. But I want to have the opportunity to talk to more of you, to build more relationships, and to encourage more of you to reach for the stars. And I only have a limited time as one man. And so I have to say, hey, I've given you guys enough game for now. Go out in this world and try your best to win, get some scrapes and bruises, get some W's, come back to me in 5 months. Maybe I'll give you another consultation then, but I'm not going to keep giving them to you because I want to give some more folks some chances to get some real advice. Because a lot of times, if you have a therapist, if you have a preacher, if you have a pastor, a rabbi, a sheikh, your mom, your dad, your best friend, these people, aren't telling you what's real. They're not telling you the truth. They might not have the business acumen. They might not have the brutal honesty. They might not have the sincere care for you. They might not have the faith in you. They might not have their own ambition, and they're not pushing you to get what is ready, what is there for you. And so I want to reach to as many people to tell them, go harder. You can do this. Quit that job. It's not worthy. Get rid of that broad. Upgrade. And so that's my great effort. Someone did that for me, and it changed my entire life, my entire trajectory. I could be, if you've read this book, The Black Box, had that woman not said that to me, I could be some fool. I could be an intelligent fool sitting in a classroom right now making $40,000, $50,000 a year. There have been times when I made that in a day. I made more than that in a day. I wouldn't even know that exists. I could be some idiot in a classroom working my butt off, being underappreciated, not being respected, if someone wise didn't say, hey, you got the goods, kid. Don't screw it up. Show people. Make it happen for yourself. Shout out to Robert Greer, writes, Peace of Saints, The Black Box is a great read. Indeed it is. And this is a book that you all should have on your shelf. Every last one of you must have this on your shelf, whether you're a man, a woman, a youngster, an elder. I remember the most remarkable person that reached out to me was a Bulgarian woman living in the United Kingdom. English obviously was not her first language. She was an older European woman. And she reached out to me on Facebook and said, hey, I stumbled upon your book. And I just want to tell you, it might sound crazy, even though you're a man, I'm a woman, you're young, I'm older, you're black, I'm Bulgarian. I related so much to your story and it inspired me. I just had to let you know that. And that's the kind of book this is. And I'm not saying this to sell books, because books don't make very much money. I think it's like $12, $13. I don't even know. And frankly, I don't care, because it's underpriced. If this book is not $1,000, it's underpriced. So you should go. It's a steal. But the way I wrote the book is, number one, to read like a movie, and number two, at the end of each chapter, I clarify the lesson in case you didn't get it. It's a book of action. It's a book that drives you to reflect about yourself, not to think about me. It's my story, but the goal of the book is for you to think about you. You got things to do in this world. The only reason I wrote the book and that I'm talking to you now is because now I'm in a position where I can give something back. Come on now. Let's talk about it.
But I'm doing this because I love you guys. I want you guys to win as well. And the people who aren't a part of this thing, they just don't get this knowledge. You did. And I also realize that behaviors don't change tomorrow. You need to hear things and rehear it and get it reiterated and just ingrained in you. That's why I'm often repeating the same things. Product-based business. Consultation. And what I mean by that is get expert advice so you don't make mistakes, and then create a product-based business. And I also tell you straight off the rip, you're going to fail a couple times. No one walks up to home plate and hits a home run their first time. It doesn't go like that. But you swing that bat a couple times, you're gonna end up hitting a homer, and you only need one home run, Saints. The coach is trying to tell you something, but you won't listen. You heard me? It's like, if I take out the time to make a course, I don't care if I'm sitting in my motherfucking drawers. Hell, I don't care if I'm butt-ass naked teaching the course. Take the course, take the knowledge. Who cares that I'm butt-ass naked in the course? Take the knowledge and then go do what I've done. And shout out to those of you who appreciate these jewels and gems of knowledge, which really you can't get anywhere else, in as much as the ones who are on YouTube, they don't have the experience and knowledge to tell you. The ones who know it are using it, and they don't have the time to be on YouTube because they're busy making money. Yeah, they're obsessed capitalists. My thing is, I'm here as a teacher, as a spiritual guide, because I realize that, one, I've lived longer than I expected. I didn't expect to be alive. Number two, I've achieved far more than I expected or anticipated or anyone else thought. And now I have the opportunity to be a light to others. That's the thing that makes me happiest. And as you would have heard if you've been to my conferences in person, I always tell you, I'm not here to become a millionaire. I don't want to make millions. I want to make millionaires. That's more interesting at this stage. Right? Like, keep your eyes on the actual prize. I know you've already lost when you're talking about earning money. You haven't even in your mind converted it to what you want, right? Like when I was a young person, I'd say something like, I want to make $1 million. Now I'm like, but why? But why though? You want 1 million pieces of paper? Now I think in terms of tangible things, like what can I do with that? How does that impact my quality of life? How can that protect me more, protect my family? Mind you, money is not going to protect you. You have to convert it to something that will protect you, like a firearm, a private army, security at your home, a bodyguard, things like this. So people get caught up in the rat race, which is what a capitalist like me, I want you in the rat race because I want to be your banker. I want you to borrow money from me. I want you to come work for me. I want you to be in debt. I want you to get up at 7 a.m. every day because you feel obligated. You feel me? Like I want you in debt, so you're obligated. The system, the credit system is genius because it forces you to wake up early and go to work and do a job you hate every single day. You think people hated slavery? For sure. And people hate their jobs just as much, minus the you ain't got to deal with them lashes, right? But I need you in debt so you feel obligated to participate. Like no one is going to go to a restaurant and fetch my dinner and bring it back to me without them greenbacks, right? Like they need that motivation to do that. Like if I asked them nicely, they wouldn't do it. So that's how much a capitalist appreciates this system, but it's all psychological. And let me just tell you real quick how deeply perverse the system is. Deeply perverse.
It's even people who are multimillionaires many times over. We're talking about 40 million, hundreds of million. They still don't feel abundance. That is a choice as well. I even see people in the chat sometimes and they say, oh, when I get my bag up, I'm going to support the word. I don't believe you. I think you're a liar. And that's not an insult. That's just an observational fact. The reason that I know you to be a liar is because there are people who send a Venmo every session and they literally send it for $1 US every time. When I read Venmos, I never say the amount. If it's a baller alert, I'll say a baller alert, which indicates $50 or more, but I never say the amount. There's most people who send it in, they might be sending it for a lower amount. There are other people who always send high amounts. Definitely they're there. Some people, they just send $1. And so what that lets me know is the person who's saying, once I get my bag up, then I'm going to support. No, you're never going to support. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to me, but I know you're lying. You might not know you're lying to yourself. You really have to understand this. And there was a great speaker whom I used to listen to quite a bit. And he said, if you can manage your behaviors when the amounts are small, which is to say when your income is small or when your business is small, if you can manage the numbers very well, then you will be able to manage the numbers effectively when the amounts are large, which is to say, if you only got to say your whole fortune is $50 and you're managing it effectively and you're allocating to each thing in your life that needs to be allocated to yourself, to your family, to your expenses, your bills, your business, to your charity, to orphans. You know, maybe you can only give 50 cents to an orphan. Maybe you can only give $2 to your family, but you've made an allocation. So then when you're a multimillionaire, you're still willing to give that percentage, but it'll be a much larger amount. What happens is when people say like, oh, well, when I get my money together, then I'm going to support, that lets me know you're a stingy person, which is fine. When you do get your money together, then you're going to find a new reason not to support. So understand the amount of money you have doesn't matter. It's not about, I hope you guys understand some things you might never understand until you get there. Like I remember I used to have this super gorgeous a couple, actually, gorgeous girlfriend in high school, but there was one in particular. And the homie had asked me, he was like, bro, like, how do you have that girl and you still dealing with these other girls? I tried to explain to him, but he could never understand because he was obsessed with that girl because she was so gorgeous, but he had never had a gorgeous girlfriend. You heard me? He says like, once you get one, then you can understand that even a gorgeous woman will get boring if the only thing about her that's meaningful is her beauty. You can explain it, but he just never gonna understand it till he has one, and he never got one. Anyways, carrying on. And that's why it's necessary to get this game. That's why it's absolutely necessary to get this game. Anyways, gentleman writes, it's always a pleasure to listen, watch your podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here fellowshipping with honorable men. I always say, you know, I don't care about the fans. I don't care about the people who, you know, I walk around the city. A lot of people are like, oh man, hey, I love your stuff. But what I really appreciate is when someone says, hey, I'm a member, because that means like, not only do I watch, which benefits them, but I support, which is another level. So I appreciate everyone who's a member. I appreciate the people who support using super chat feature, because I say show love to those who show love to you. So I appreciate that. That does mean a lot to me. He writes, the likes are free, folks. Support the work, please. Right? It's to me, it's just a mind-boggling thing, but it lets me know that these people are maybe not like us. Because I teach gratitude. I teach you to be thankful for what you have. No matter how little you think you have, be thankful for it. And then when the things start to accumulate, you'll be even more happy because you're a grateful person. Like me, I'm thankful for everything that I have, the small things, the big things. Like, for example, I got my employee lives here on property. I'm so thankful that I have the ability to provide him a great place to stay and that he's willing to stay there and that we can work and grow together. That's my pleasure. You see, that's my pleasure. And that's the difference between wealth and poverty. When you're in poverty, if he was living here, like, oh man, he needs to be paying me rent, or he needs to be helping out with this or that. And it's like scarcity. Whereas when you have true wealth, then you're happy to be able to do it. You're thankful. Like, I'm grateful to be able to house him, and I'm grateful to be able to work with him. And he puts out great work products, and we want to grow this thing and we want to improve everything that we do. I want to do more events because I have observed in the conduct of the men that I meet regularly, I see so much life improvement. Shout out to Hector. I think he said he lost 50 pounds. That's a phenomenal. And not only did he lose those pounds, he replaced it with muscle. And I see guys coming out of their shell. I see guys spitting a lot more game. I see guys achieving financially great careers. And I know it's because of the time that we spend together among us great men, not just around me, but around each other. So I want to do more in-person events, even though it's expensive for me and in time and capital, but I see the benefits.
The good news about losing money versus losing other things, like losing a loved one, losing your health, losing a limb, money is infinite. That's the good news. The challenge, though, is we don't have control of our mind. And so our mind runs away with us. Like, I'll never be rich again. I'll never be that successful again. And you will, actually, if you stay intense, you buckle down and you get focused. And the most important thing you have to remember, and this is something about being a hustler, and that's why I love having grown up around real hustlers, the kind of guys who say things like, if they still printing money, I could still make some money. You hear me? The kind of guys that say, look, if you don't run out of game, you don't run out of money. And so they keep these phrases working in your head and working on your psychology so that money is infinite. And here's another thing. I got a track, and when you listen to my music, check out the Saint in the Center on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you stream music, you hear real stories. You feel me? Like, there's no exaggeration in there. I had a track where I said, I lost 900,000, money come and go. The opposite of my bottom hoe. She never tell me no. If she did, she would have to go. I'm snowman cold and listen, point is this. I lost 900,000, money come and go, which is a fact. You make money, you lose money. That's what it is. And why does that not bother me to lose $900,000, just shy of losing $1 million? Why does that not bother me? Because there are some people who make $1 million a day. So losing 900,000 ain't nothing. And I've met these people, mind you. When you live in a city like Las Vegas and you got good connections, you get to meet these people. We're in a city that's cash liquid, and we have tons of people, celebrities and stars, that fly in all the time to gamble ridiculous sums of money. And I got good connections. I mean, you guys know how I'm really living. There's one resort that I stay at. Last time I was there, I was staying next to Neo, and he was on his honeymoon. I actually had a better suite than him in a real way. So the point is this. I see these people all the time, and shout out to who's a little Hawaiian looking kid, Bruno Mars. I went to his concert. It was terrible. But shout out to Bruno Mars, because Bruno Mars is always in Vegas, and man, that ball owes so much money to MGM. It's crazy. I wouldn't speak on it except that it's now public news. It's been public news for a couple months. But the point is, should I worry about losing 900,000 when there's people who make $1 million a day? And then my question is, how can I be one of those people who make $1 million a day? How much money did Jeff Bezos make an hour? 900,000. Nah, it's nonsense. If I did it once, I can do it again.
But anyways, happy people don't focus on tearing down other people. So surely those who would issue a negative word in your direction are unhappy or envious or bored, something that's not good, right? Now, should you feel superior to them? Well, in all likelihood, if you're happier, you are superior to them. But it's important to know that if you find yourself among those who are inferior and you're finding yourself among them for a prolonged amount of time, then you could be overrating yourself. My challenge to you and everyone, and to myself, is that if you ever find yourself among your inferiors, you should get out of there like it's a burning building. Because trust me, they will only start to attack you because their inferiority will drive them toward jealousy. So it is for your own safety that you get away from them, and it is to set things right that you get away from them and you get among birds of your feather.
Shout out to the Saints who'll be at my home this Saturday. I am hosting a workout, and guess how much that costs? $0. Come here, work out, get your good health in. I'm hosting. Drinks are free, healthy drinks, and venue's free. I'll be there. There's no meet and greet, not charging anybody a penny. It's free. That's called community. So we welcome you all because we promote health, wealth, relationships. And I am the originator of that. Many copycats. Shout out to those really supporting. And also shout out to the freeloaders who haven't clicked the like button or anything. They're like, look, Marquette, I have no respect for anything on earth. I'm not clicking the like button. I'm not sending $1. And I'm just here. F everybody. Shout out to them too. We need you. I make videos. I make live streams. But the big difference is that I spend time in real life. I spend time on the phone. I spend time on text. Unpaid time. Because I care. And it has so much ROI. And the most important thing that I'm trying to do is to create an example. But what I'm about at this stage in life is not making millions of dollars. I'm about making millionaires. I want to help the rich get richer, you dig? Yeah, people who are rich in spirit, who are rich in ambition, come to me. I want to make you richer. And there's a lot of you like that. You're going to do so much in the world. And if I can help you magnify what you're going to do or be more confident in your approach, I feel like I've really brought some gifts to the world, you see. And of course, as have your parents. But if I can help unwrap it, man, that's an honor. That is an honor. If I can be a footnote in your life story when you write it, I'm happy. And when I brag, when I really do my real bragging, I'm bragging on what I've contributed to other people, because that's the greatest measure. I'm bragging on the goodness that I've put out in the world. That's the greatest measure. I hear from a lot of you, whether it's on one-on-one consultations, which if you would like, you can book at thesasson.com. That's THESASN.com. And product-based businesses, which is why I'm able to travel around the world at my whim. I don't have to actually show up anywhere. So that's number one. But what I encourage people when they're first starting off in business in a given pursuit is pick the easy route. Don't pick the hard route. So it's much wiser to spend your time, evaluating at the beginning, evaluating which business to go into, as opposed to evaluating how to make a tough business an easy business. I hope that makes sense to you. And my wish is for all of you to live prosperous, happy, meaningful lives. Those who are wise will always be able to see what I'm doing. Because if you can't watch 4 of my videos and not see what I'm about. You can't watch 4 of my videos and not see that there's something deeper here. And more importantly, you can't be among the saints and not see that we have something strong and powerful, and it only gets stronger. Saints, it has been truly a pleasure to be here fellowshipping with you. I tell you, I could have done a lot of things tonight, and I'm so happy that I did this and had this time to spend with you. It's been an honor. I thank you to all of you who share the ism with people, because it is truly life-changing. A woman reached out recently, a gentleman that shared the ism with her, and I think that it's always a blessing to people. So let us spread this way because we are facing huge levels of evil dominating around the earth. Ladies and saints, let us end this with our tradition, the creed of the assassin. Repeat after me with full conviction, knowing this is true of you. The creed of the assassin. I am going to be who I truly am, because I am remarkable, and I'm going to strive every moment to show the greatest part, to show the greatest part, to show the greatest part of who I am. Until next time.